For the next NWEA assessment, there are several things that you're going to need to know. For Phoenix, we will be testing in our third hour classes unless you have been told otherwise. So we're going to be on an alternate schedule, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But when you report to your testing location, you need to bring your headphones, you need to bring a charged laptop, you need to bring a free read book, and you need to bring your Avid binder. Like I mentioned, we will be following an alternative schedule, and all the days that we will be following that alternative schedule have been posted to our Team Phoenix Google Calendar. So the alternative schedule that we are going to be following looks like what's shown below. So you will report to your first hour just like normal, and then you will report, instead of going to your normal second hour, you will report to your testing group immediately after first hour. Again, for Phoenix, these are our third hour groups, unless you've been told otherwise. We will be in those groups no matter what until 10 o'clock. During that time, you will be focusing on one NWEA assessment. Your goal is to finish testing during that time. It is possible for you to finish up later if necessary because everybody gets as much time as they need, but your goal is to finish during that time. When our testing time is finished, you will then report to second hour and run the rest of your schedule like normal. You'll notice that most of your classes from then on are only about 31 minutes, so it will feel pretty quick. And so it's really, really important that you take care of like bathroom breaks and things like that during passing time, that you come with all of your stuff, and that you come really ready to be thinking about those classes that you're in. A popular question is always about lunch, and so our Phoenix lunchtime is from 11:48 to 2:11 during those alternate scheduled days, and that is between fourth and fifth hour. And so what you will do is when you are dismissed from fourth hour, you'll go ahead and take your passing time and head to your fifth hour class where you will stay and put your stuff until you are dismissed at 11:48 to go to lunch. It'll be pretty quick, but you need to be waiting for your teachers to tell you when to head down to the cafeteria. And then when you get back, that will be the start of fifth hour. So from here on out, we need to talk about your NWEA assignment. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what this is going to look like. And so the first part of your NWEA assignment was to watch this video and to make sure that your NWEA student goal setting worksheet is completely filled out. This should be something that goes home to your parents or guardians. The second thing you need to do is you need to update your Phoenix data binder. This means you need to track your overall RIT score, your projected RIT score, and the scores for each of your goal areas for each class. So over here on the right, I have my data binder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go first to reading. It doesn't matter, again, which order you go in, but you'll notice that there's a spot for the date, and so you don't have to worry about anything there, except for I would go ahead and type 2017, and then it asks for a composite score. Now, as we were going through this, if I'm looking at a reading, my goal setting sheet, my overall or my composite score was a 220. And so I will put that here. It also asks for my projected RIT score, and that's what's right here. So for this one, it's a 223. And then what it's also asking me to do is add in my goal area scores. So these are ranges. So I am literally going to write 216 to 228, 213 to 224, and 215 to 227. Okay. And once I have all those things tracked, ideally my graph will be up to date so that I can see kind of how I'm doing. And then the last thing that I need to do is I need to set my SMART goal for this. My SMART goal is based on the goal that I set when I was going through and doing my action plan on the student goal setting worksheet. So my SMART goal for this one might be something like, because my projected RIT was a 223, my SMART goal might be something like I will achieve a 225 or higher on the winter reading NWEA assessment and a 2, maybe 45 or higher by the spring NWEA assessment. If you want to, you can always come back and add your goal for your assessment for spring, or if you have an idea of where you think you want to be right now, then you would put that in there. Again, you are going to track those scores for reading. You need to do the same thing. You'll have to scroll way down for language arts, and you'll do it there. And you will also do this for math. And the same graph exists both in math down here at the bottom, and there are 4 goal areas for math as well as for pre-algebra. And so those are in there. And pre-algebra, it looks like we may have made a mistake in what we put for your goal areas. So if you need to, you can just copy what there is sitting there for math. Oops. And paste it in so that you know which one comes where. Then the last thing that you are going to do, the very last part of this NWEA assignment, is to complete the Google form link in our Lakeview Phoenix Interdisciplinary Hub. And so if you go back to our Lakeview Phoenix Interdisciplinary Hub, you're going to see that there is a Google form there for you to complete. You'll notice that for some of the questions, it will ask what the RIT score was for math, what your projected RIT score was, what your areas of strength and areas of improvement were. Remember, those come from what was either highlighted green or is in a dark gray box with white font. And then areas of weakness or areas of possible concern were in yellow, or if yours is a black and white colored one, it will have italics, bold font. And you'll record those. You're going to record one more time what your personal goal is. And again, that's something that was there on your student action plan. It's also what is your SMART goal in your data binder. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to write a reflection about what you've done between the last math assessment and this new math assessment that was either positive or negative, that is either going to help or hurt your scores. And then also write what you can do. And again, some of those things might come from your student action plan. What's really important for you to know is that that step 4, that link is going to end up being an assessment, or is going to end up being a grade for reading, ELA, and math. That's all for recording your NWEA scores. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask your teacher. And that should be everything that you need. Best of luck. We believe in you, and we can't wait to see what you do.